Greetings and welcome to a special ASMR gaming news video focused entirely on the Nintendo Switch. Please hit that like button, sit back, relax, and let's begin. Okay, first off, Nintendo announced that the Nintendo Switch will be coming out worldwide on March 3rd. It will cost $299 US. Nintendo is going to do away with free online multiplayer and will adopt a paid subscription service that will arrive later this year around autumn time. So you will need to pay in order to play online, like Microsoft currently does with the Xbox and Sony does with the PlayStation 4. This service will offer one new Virtual Console NES or SNES game to play on your Nintendo Switch every month. And you will be able to play this game as long as you have a subscription for the entirety of the month. But after that month is over, a new game will come out and your old game will no longer be playable. To everyone's surprise, Nintendo announced that the Switch is going to be region-free, unlike most of their previous systems that have been region-locked. This is actually one of the first times in a very long time where Nintendo has decided to go region-free for one of their upcoming systems. So now you can buy, import, and play games from all around the world without any problems. The Nintendo Switch will use USB-C adapters to charge it, and the battery will last anywhere from 2.5 hours to 6 hours, depending on the settings that you set on the handheld. It depends on the performance of the game. A higher performance game, like let's say Skyrim, might be more demanding on the battery compared to a small mini game or something. The Switch will come with 32 gigabytes of internal memory, and it will be able to be expanded with an SDXC card to possibly 128 gigabytes and even 256 gigabytes in the future. So you will definitely be able to hold a lot of space on your Nintendo Switch system. Nintendo also shared more information on the Joy-Cons. They will come with a new HD Rumble feature, offering haptic feedback, a motion IR camera, and internal sensors to detect distance from objects and react accordingly during in-game situations. So, during the presentation, they got a guy held up a Joy-Con controller, and it vibrated and rumbled according to the movement of what was going on. He was like slowly filling a glass with water and putting ice cubes in it, and the haptic feedback on the Joy-Con was so precise. You're supposed to be able to tell exactly how many ice cubes are just from this new improved haptic feedback rumble feature. So it's definitely something unique, and hopefully it actually works as advertised. The controllers will have an NC reader that is going to be used to read Amiibo. The square button is a recording share button for recording gameplay and taking screenshots. It has an accelerometer and gyro sensors. So the Joy-Cons actually hold a lot of really cool features for being so small. So that's really cool and unique. Nintendo also revealed that there are going to be 2 models of the Nintendo Switch available at launch. One model is going to be completely black, like a certain black-gray color, while the second model is going to have neon red and neon blue Joy-Cons. These Joy-Con colors are also going to be able to purchase separately. There's going to be special wrist straps that are included in the box, but you will be able to buy additional wrist straps for the Joy-Cons as well. These wrist straps offer an attachment for improved button support, and of course, using them with the straps ensure that you don't drop them or accidentally damage them in some way. The screen is 720p and looks amazing. People that have used the handheld have been saying on social media and game news websites that it looks very clear and crisp. It has very bright visuals, a wide viewing angle, so if you have friends over or if you want to play a 2-player match at something, you can basically be all the way to someone's right or their left and still be able to clearly make out the image on the screen, so that's very good. There seems to be no ghosting or anything like that. When the Nintendo Switch is in its docking station, games, or at least most games, are going to run at 1080p. And you won't have to worry about battery life when it's docked, so it's going to be able to use as much power as it needs. So if you're someone that prefers higher quality graphics or performance, it's probably best to have it in its docking station. Nintendo revealed that Miiverse and Street Pass will not be returning on the Nintendo Switch. These are 2 features that were on the Nintendo 3DS and on the Wii U, and they were actually really popular. Miiverse was an online community of sorts, and Street Pass was a nice application that when you pass someone else that had a Nintendo 3DS in their pocket, you guys would visit each other and share information in 1 second. So it's a cool little feature, and it had mini games and stuff you could do. So kind of disappointing to see that go. And here's a picture of the complete information on the Joy-Con buttons. As you can see, we have the A, B, X, and Y buttons. Two analog nubs. They're not sticks necessarily, they're more like nubs, since they're not actually as big as the analog sticks on Sony's DualShock controllers or the Xbox controllers. There is a L button, CR, LR, and ZL buttons. And on the sides of the Joy-Con, if you detach them, there are SR and SL buttons. So, yeah, there's also a home and capture button. The home button, of course, takes you to the system menu. And the capture button, you'll be able to use it to take screenshots and capture gameplay. The IR camera sensor is underneath the right Joy-Con. So yeah, a lot of information to take in. And now let's get on Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's going to be a launch day title, and it's going to be releasing on March 3rd. So that's really cool. Super Mario Odyssey, the next 3D Mario game, was announced, and it's coming out sometime later in 2017, so probably like around Christmas or something. 1-2 Switch is a party sports type of game. You know, it's like a mini game collection. Nothing super special. ARMS is a new like Rock'em Sock'em Robots, but like beat 'em up fighting game, which is a new Nintendo IP that includes like new characters specially created for this game. So definitely something that looks really interesting. There's a new Splatoon called Splatoon 2, a sequel to the highly acclaimed Splatoon game. And Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is coming out. It's a sequel to the great Nintendo Wii RPG, Xenoblade Chronicles. A port of Mario Kart 8 called Mario Kart 8 Deluxe includes all the DLC from the Wii U version and adds some new features, new tracks, new characters, and stuff. Tecmo Koei, or Koei, is making a Hyrule Warriors style game with Fire Emblem this time, and it's going to be called Fire Emblem Warriors. Looks really cool. If you're into Dynasty Warrior type games, it's definitely something to check out. And now for the third-party games coming out on the system. Bomberman R. It's a new Bomberman game. This is actually one of the first Bomberman games in probably a very long time. So nice to see Bomberman back. Some of the original Bomberman developers are creating this game, so it's definitely going to be really awesome. The trailer looks good. Shin Megami Tensei is coming to the Nintendo Switch. It's a game currently in development by Atlas. Skyrim is coming out on the Nintendo Switch later this year. They didn't give an exact release date. Sonic Mania, the new Sonic game, is coming out on the Nintendo Switch. Disgaea 5, a turn-based strategy RPG, is actually, quite unique, so Nintendo is getting that on their system. No More Heroes 5 is coming out on the Nintendo Switch. It's a Suda 51 game. It's a sequel to the No More Heroes 1 and 2 game on the Nintendo Wii. Ultra Street Fighter 2 is also another game that's coming out by Capcom. It's an enhanced version of Street Fighter 2 with improved graphics and some new characters and stages and stuff. Looks really nice. Project Octopath Traveler is an RPG developed by Square Enix for the Nintendo Switch. It's apparently by the Bravely Default developers. It's a classic style RPG, and it has a 2D sprite artwork in it, and the environments and backgrounds look like they're in 2.5D. So definitely a really unique mix. Looks really nice. Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2 is a collection of both Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and Dragon Quest Heroes 2 on one cartridge, and it's coming out on the Nintendo Switch. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is getting a Nintendo Switch port. Dragon Quest 10 and 11 RPGs are coming to the Nintendo Switch, and I Am Setsuna, an RPG that came out for the PlayStation 4 last year, is getting a Nintendo Switch port. And after that, there's a handful of other minor titles and ports coming out for the system. There aren't really clear release dates for the majority of these games yet. It seems like the launch day games are going to be quite small, aside from Zelda Breath of the Wild. Everything else seems to come out like later this year in the summer or autumn and winter months. Anyway, this is all the Nintendo Switch information that's currently available. People are trying out the Switch as we speak in various Nintendo press events and demo stands around the world. So hopefully this next week there's going to be brand new information coming out from that. So what do you think of the Nintendo Switch? Tell me what you think in the comments below. And be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And yeah, see you all for the next ASMR gaming news video. So long and farewell.